There's actually two apps that can, with similar names that you could get confused on. One is Hive SQL and one is HAF SQL. And so Hive SQL is actually basically what we were talking about originally. This is Archange. He took the data directly from Hive and puts it into a database, and then he allows you to query that database. So that was Hive SQL, and it's still around. And then the problem with Hive SQL, from my point of view, is the code is not open source. So basically, there's one server for Hive SQL data out there, and if it goes down, you're kind of out of luck.
Or if he gets unfunded.
Yeah, exactly. So there's big problems. And so Matayari, and I'd always kind of been concerned about this, honestly, because I thought it was a bad idea to be building too many services or starting to build on top of an API that's essentially proprietary. And Matayari suggested creating a SQL app, a new app that basically mimicked the functionality of Hive SQL, but on top of HAF. And I'd already kind of had the same idea, so I was very happy to hear him suggest it, and because our team just didn't have the bandwidth to work on that. So he put out a proposal to do that, and that's what HAF SQL is. It's essentially it's a functional clone of Hive SQL, but it's open source and it's built on top of HAF. So that gives it a couple advantages. A lot of the work was already done in terms of the data is already available inside HAF itself. It's now deployable to anybody who wants to deploy it because it's open source, and if they've got a HAF server, they've already got most of the work done. It's also super fast in terms of the speed it gets data in. So if there's a problem with any of these servers, it's not a big deal to get it back up nowadays. So that's what HAF SQL is. And HAF SQL is basically, it's not part of the standard stack yet, but it's pretty far along in terms of beta now.